we have another question from Andrea, which is, did you enjoy making the UQC YouTube videos during the lockdown? And were you surprised at the success of the Under Pressure video, which was excellent, absolutely brilliant?
Yeah, I was surprised at the success of the Under Pressure video, and I was disappointed that the others were not as popular as the Under Pressure video. And we all don't quite know why. Maybe because people got tired of the pandemic videos because everyone was doing them over and over and over again. That could be. Yes, they are fun to make. They're a big challenge because obviously when five musicians are playing together, they are listening to each other and reacting to each other. Now we have to do it, one person records at a time. So what I always have to do is I play it on a piano with a click, just a tick, 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 tick. So I create a track that just goes click, right? And I play piano to it. Then we give it to the drummer plays to, and then Mark sings on it a little bit, maybe. And then the drummer plays to it. Then we throw all that away. Then we only have drums. Then bass is added, then piano, and then guitar, and the last person is Mark. And we have to, that's the order we always do it in. And it works out quite well, so it sounds live. It sounds real. But it's a very hard thing to do. But it's always been, the cool thing about it is, to be honest with me, when we play the music live, I play the piano part kind of accurately the way Freddie played it, right? But I don't pay attention to all the little details because it's live and no one notices. But it's like, oh, damn it, we're recording this and this is forever. Whatever we record is forever. You can't fix it. So I better finally learn Freddie's piano part exactly. It's like after years of playing them. And so now I really know the piano part to Somebody to Love. I really know it to Under Pressure and these other songs that we've been doing.
They all the one take videos and the UQC videos are just absolutely brilliant. And I love how you're there in the start just reading the book. Oh gee, I better start playing now. It's just awesome how you put all that together. It's just so fun to watch.
Thank you. They were fun to make.
Yeah, they'd be a laugh. Now, another good question. Would you happen to sort of know how long it takes for the crew to set up the stage and get everything ready?
I'm there every single time. It takes. There's lots of aspects to that. There's lighting and sound. And so for these one-off shows where they have to bring everything in from outside, it's about a 6-hour process, I'd say.
Oh my goodness.
Oh yeah. Wow. And sometimes it's torturous for us because the crews are really good in some cities and not good at all in other cities. And sometimes we've had it before that we didn't have sound. We couldn't hear each other until like 45 minutes before the concert because they were just incompetent. And other times it's perfect from the very beginning and we can rehearse a little bit, fool around a little bit, and then go have an early dinner. And that's the best case. Over in Germany, we have one crew that does all 29 shows for us, and it's the same gear that goes in a truck. So the very first concert is a lot of work, and then they take measurements and decide exactly where everything is, and then the second concert's perfect, and we can just show up a few minutes before the concert, check our instruments, and play. So that's really nice.
I have a question. I saw you down at Woodstock, and
hi, Bonnie.
Hey, a lot of the people may or may not know how bad the weather was the day of that concert at Woodstock, and you had to have all of your instruments replaced. Have you had that happen at any other venue?
No.
Where you've had some issues with the weather or something?
So what Bonnie is talking about here is exactly the situation I was talking about, where we didn't have any sound until shortly before the concert. What happened is it rained, and so they covered everything. But then it started raining so hard, and it was raining sideways, and all the tarps blew off, and the keyboard got so much water in it that when you turned it over, water poured out of it. And so we couldn't turn it on. You know, it's an electronic instrument, and so we couldn't even turn it on. So um, what happened is I ended up taking the keyboard out of Mark's. So okay, and here's a little secret in case you don't know it. Whenever you see Mark playing, well, sometimes when you see Mark playing a small grand piano, that's actually just an empty thing you put a keyboard in, right? And you take the keyboard out. So I took his keyboard because I need a specific brand for all my crazy sounds, but he can play any brand as long as it's high quality. So a local church gave us their keyboard at the last minute to put in Mark's grand piano to play. And also the sound guy went home to the other side of Atlanta, picked up his own sound console because that also was so wet he couldn't make it work. And we got the sound together, I think maybe 30 minutes before the concert. Everyone was already in the park, ready to go. I think 14,000 people were there too. Yes. 14,000 people, and it was raining so hard all afternoon, we thought it was going to be canceled. And then it ended up being one of our biggest ever concerts.
It was amazing.
Wonderful. Yeah, it somehow came together at the last minute. That was nerve-wracking.
Totally awesome.
Yeah.
Do you have any different routines for traveling in the US shows versus outside the US? Or do you have the same sort of things that you do each time? Are there any differences in? Do you do more? I suppose you do more sightseeing and those sort of things in other countries.
Absolutely. Whenever we travel overseas for a concert, if it's not a bunch of concerts in a row, let's say we travel to Israel for 2 shows and there's no concerts before that or after that in any other place, I will request to fly a couple of days early or stay a couple of days late to make a little vacation out of it, because the flight has already been paid for anyway. And then I'll just I'll say, I'll take over the hotel costs for 1 or 2 more days and do some sightseeing. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I do that whenever possible. We've done that in Australia. We've done a lot of sightseeing in Australia, South Korea, all of Europe. We've done more Europe with Queen Extravaganza actually than with Ultimate Queen Celebration. But yeah, I've seen all these countries and lots of sightseeing. Absolutely. So, and then, a lot of times when you're playing for the smaller towns in the United States, you're in a hotel in the middle of a parking lot. Then you got the IHOP and then the Home Depot across the street, and that's about it.
That of course leads me to ask you, how did you like my hometown, Brisbane, when you were here?
Oh, wonderful. Brisbane is really beautiful. Wow. What, it's a little paradise, right?
It is definitely.
It's more beachy. Feels more beachy than the other towns.
It definitely is. It definitely is. I live further north than Brisbane on the Sunshine Coast, and it is very much so. It's just lovely up here. Yeah. Do we have any other questions from anybody? Renata, do you have a question?
Yes, I do. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
absolutely.
All right. I was just wondering, Brandon, you were talking about hotels and flights. What is the funniest thing that has ever happened to you and the guys, while you're on tour?
Well, not funny, but the worst thing that's ever happened to us. One of the worst. So whenever we play a concert on the East, let's say on the East Coast, then on the West Coast of the United States, we try to have a day in between because it's pretty devastating to fly at 6 a.m. and then get there in time for a concert. Also, what happens if the flight gets canceled? So anyway, we were in the middle of Iowa, and then we had to go to Idaho. And both of these locations were rural, out in the middle of nowhere, far, far, far from any airports. So the plan was, after the concert, we drive 3 hours to the hotel in Des Moines, Iowa, sleep there, get up for a very early 6 a.m. flight, fly to Idaho, and then drive another 3 hours through the mountains to get to the concert, right? We knew it was going to be tough. but we didn't know how bad it was going to get. That car that was taking us in Iowa to the hotel in Des Moines, Iowa, blew a tire in the middle of the night at 2 a.m. in the middle of cornfields, and the damn driver did not have a spare tire. So we were just stuck there. We called an Uber, and the Uber was large enough to bring three of us. So we did Tristan, Mark, and myself. And then the other two boys, Mike and Oscar, the drummer and bass, they stayed in the car that didn't have a tire. And then the owner of that company came and picked them up. And then they arrived at the hotel at they didn't sleep, right? They had 15 minutes in the room, right? Maybe they showered and then went to the next flight. That was miserable, absolutely miserable. Yeah.
And
the best travel. Okay, let me tell you the best travel. The best travel is a tour bus, and that's what we got to do in Germany. Everyone has their own little bed to sleep in, right? It's very small. They're called coffins. That's the nickname for them. If you sit up, you will hit your head, right? So you can't sit up in them, but they're very comfortable, and it's very easy for most musicians to sleep on a bus because it just rumbles this little all night, and it just feels really nice. And it has its own kitchen, has a bathroom. It's wonderful. Not a shower or anything like that, but it's very, very nice. And the drivers are professional. And you just hop in the bus after the concert, have some drinks, and then they start driving, and everyone goes to bed at their own time and wakes up whenever they want to. And you're right outside the next venue. No traveling, no packing of your suitcases, no getting your luggage, no checking in, no sitting in an airplane. It is wonderful. That's my favorite mode of transportation.
Another question we have is, before we ask another one of Andrea's in a moment, what is a really a favorite moment that is something that's sort of stayed with you about something on stage or backstage with the band? Are there a couple of things that have happened that are really memorable for you?
Well, the time that a shirtless bodybuilder broke his way onto the stage and started playing piano while Mark was singing.
Oh my gosh.
That was pretty memorable. And this guy was huge. He was really scary looking. And Mark just walked over to him very gently and put his hand on his shoulder and said, "You're going to need to go." And the guy just left. Couldn't believe it. Yeah. So that was pretty darn memorable.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. If anything else occurs to me, I will tell you. Let's go ahead with the next question. If anything happens, it'll pop up in my mind. Crazy moments. Yeah.
My goodness. Andrea's next question, she's asking a couple of very good ones. Cover or tribute bands usually don't have Mark's or this whole level of success. The 2019 shows were almost all sold out, including 2,000 plus capacity venues. Are you surprised at UQC's popularity and the rate that it's growing?
Yes, absolutely I am. Absolutely I am. And I think a lot of it just has to do with the quality of Mark and the impossibility of recreating Freddie Mercury's voice. Like I was saying, if we had a perfect Elton John singer, no one would care, right? They would care, but it just wouldn't be as mind-blowing. It's like, oh my God, this guy sounds just like Elton John. No one gets excited about that. But for some reason with Freddie Mercury, and then you have a guy like Marc Martel, that's the only way I can explain it. But yes, I'm totally surprised, absolutely amazed. Never thought a tribute band could do what we're doing. Especially considering that we don't wear costumes. And we don't try to look like them. Yeah.
Well, I mean, I know quite a few of us, myself especially, get very emotional hearing Mark sing any George Michael music
Nice.
because he sounds so much like him as well.
Mm-hmm.
So that's it's just I think it's just one of those things, isn't it?
Yeah.
we love that. Emily's also just made a comment. We love that you guys are always yourselves on stage and just play the music and just give it that energy that it deserves, and always play the best every time. So
Thank
we
you.
really love that.
Thank you.
Brandon, I just wanted to ask real quick about your mini musicals. How did you get started doing that? And, what inspires you to do those little things?
Well, the thing that inspires me is that lots of people are watching. My latest video had 2.7 million views, which is just mind blowing. And that was not on YouTube. They're not popular on YouTube anymore for some reason. That was on TikTok. And 2.7 million is just crazy. The thing that started it was, the very first one was titled "I Got Maced," and it's a young woman on January 6th. She was one of the people trying to enter the White House, and she got sprayed in the face by the cops, right? And there she was giving an interview complaining about it. It's like, and her attitude was like, come on, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was just trying to do a revolution, So it's quite funny. And a friend of mine on Facebook said, please, someone write some music for this video, right? And I looked at it, and I had an evening where I was kind of bored. It doesn't happen very often, but I just didn't have anything to do. So I started trying it out. And immediately I came up with the formula to make it sound funny. And then I was about to put it on the internet, like post it on YouTube. Then I thought, I can't do this. I can't make fun of this political event. It's not funny. It's tragic. And then the next morning I thought, fuck it, this is funny. And I put it up. I put it up, and it became extremely popular. And so I just kept doing that stuff. And
that's my favorite one.
At first it was all political. And then people started saying, oh, we love how you make fun of Republicans. It's like, well, yeah, just because the Republicans are in power, believe me, as soon as the Democrats are in power, I'm going to make fun of Democrats. Then I made fun of Democrats, and people are like, how dare you make fun of a Democrat? It's like, what's wrong with you people? And so I completely stopped doing politics, right? And so now I'm doing flight attendants and little boys and whatever. The last one was a little boy who was talking about being on a roller coaster, and it's really cute. So my next one is going to be Yoko Ono, the former wife of John Lennon, at an art gallery singing. She's just screaming. It's just terrible.
Screaming.
Right? So I make music out of that, and that'll be my next one.
So do you just find the videos and put music to them? Is that how you do it?
Yeah. So the way it works is anyone who speaks, da 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 da, right? Hear that? It has a melody, da da da. So you just have to find the pitches, and if you play those pitches without even changing the voice, it sounds like the person was singing.
Very cool.
Very, very cool. Very cool. That's what you just did.
We love the videos that you've made where you play you play the piano to the particular scene of the video, which is very clever. We always enjoy seeing those. But do you play any other instruments other than the keyboards? Do you have any other?
Yeah, I used to play saxophone a little bit, but I'm not a professional. I'm not very good. So no, not really. I'm only a professional with the piano. I can pluck around on a guitar a little bit, play drums a little bit. I have a video series. You guys can check that out on YouTube. Just go to my YouTube channel. It's called Where's the Fucking Beat? And there you'll see me playing drums and stuff. I explain exactly where the beat is in certain popular songs from Led Zeppelin, the Eagles, and where it's confusing trying to find the beat. My friend and I explain that, and I'll play a little bit of drums there, but it's not impressive.
We've seen, in the one video that you like doing, handyman stuff, and I've seen your recent one where you were building a fence. Is that just a hobby? Did you learn that somewhere?
It's I just figured it out as I'm going along, and I'm getting better every time I do something. Fence is looking great. It's actually I don't know, I really enjoy it. I really enjoy just walking out my front door and seeing all this work that I've created. It's I don't know why I enjoy it so much. It's almost strange how much I enjoy it. So yeah, and it's always I enjoy building more than I do painting. I mean, you can see right here, I don't enjoy painting too much. Haven't done a damn thing here. It's all about. I've just been doing the working on the construction of the house, trying to get it like really beautiful on the outside. And at some point, I'm just gonna have to hire a painter because I'm not gonna do this. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. It's so boring.
So you plan on staying in Kansas most of the time, or?
I don't know. I haven't figured that out, Bonnie. I haven't figured it out. I have an apartment in New York. I have a renter there right now. The best tenant I can imagine. And he's taking off for a couple of months to go to Ireland, and he's letting me use my own apartment, even though he's the one who paying for it. I mean, I'll suspend his rent, so he won't have to pay while I'm using it. But I'll be able to be in my own apartment now in New York beginning next week for a couple of weeks. That'll be very nice.
I have a handyman business, and I love to paint. So if you pay for my travel costs, I'll come down and paint that house for you.
Yeah, Manitowoc is a little far. I think it might be a little inconvenient. I would immediately hire you, Rick.
That'd be great.
He'll even provide the cheese curds.
Sorry?
I say Rick will even provide the cheese curds.
Yeah, yes, I will. I bring tons of them. Yeah, people don't know that. It seems like it's Mark's favorite snack food is cheese curds from Wisconsin.
Okay,
so
that's another one. Well, yep. But you know what? Cheese curds is exactly what is on poutine, which is that Canadian dish that he likes so much. So we see a commonality right there. We see a trend.
Yes. Yeah, it gets me backstage every time I see you guys.
I can help you painting. I live near you.
Where are you again?
Corona, New York, here in Queens.
No, I'm talking about painting in Kansas.
Okay, yeah.
I'm in Kansas right now. You don't live near Kansas.
No, I don't.
and my apartment in New York is perfect. It's painted and finished, so it doesn't need work. It's the one here in Kansas that needs work.
I can help you, Brandon.
Tearing it down, yeah.
I'm only like 3 hours from you, Brandon. I can help you.
Who's talking now?
Norma.
Hi, Norma.
Hi. Yeah, I'm in Oklahoma City, so I can come help.
Oh, okay, cool.
I'll bring Emily. Emily can help you too. She's in Tulsa, so
nice.
Do you think Mark's Christmas music has kept Mark away from his songwriting ability? And what do you think about his songwriting?
Oh, God, I love his songwriting.
Also, his Christmas.
I love his songwriting, and I know he does too. And the thing is, every musician needs to make a living, right? And if the Queen and the Christmas music is generating more income, then that's what's going to happen. I figure. I don't know what's in his mind, but that's what I would do. I've done a lot of songwriting too. A lot of songwriting where I sing and play guitar and play bass and all that stuff. If you guys haven't heard it, just go to iTunes or Spotify or anywhere else and just type in my name. The name of the album is 13 Useless Songs for Sale. Number 13. And so I have an album there, but no one really cares. So I stopped doing it because I can make more money doing Queen tribute bands and playing mini musicals with little children and flight attendants. So we all kind of end up doing whatever works best,
And of course, we know that Mark's going to kick Michael Bublé to the curb with the Christmas music.
Yeah, sure.
We have to have him do that. That's pretty awesome. And his new album's fantastic. I think everybody would agree.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The new
I'm
album.
going to need to wrap up fairly soon here, Sue Ellen. So if you got a few more questions, I can answer that, but then I'll have to go.
No, I was just wondering if you might have your keyboard in front of you, Brandon.
It's over there.
Yes.
If you could play us a little tune.
No, I can't.
Okay.
My friend is sleeping right now. I can't play.
Oh,
I can't
okay.
play noise. Sorry.
That's fine.
Okay. Well, we do appreciate all your time and, getting up early to meet with us.
Yeah.
And, we absolutely love the band, and everybody is going, when are you coming to see me?
Yeah, I know.
So, we wish you all the best on your tour next year, and for the rest of this year as well. I wish I could make a couple more shows this year. 3 is just not enough for me in 1 year.
I know it's been a rough couple of years.
Yes.
Thank you so much for your precious time this morning.
Thank you all for organizing this. I really appreciate that. It's good for us and it's fun. I appreciate all of you very, very much.
Please, Brandon, please tell me one thing. Will you guys play in Australia for 2022? In 2020?
In Australia, I don't know. I haven't received the schedule that far in advance.
That's okay. We can wait. We're patient.
Okay. Thank you all.
We're very patient.
Thank you, Brandon.
Thank you, Brandon.
Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Awesome.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Brandon. Thank you.
Instagram.
Thank
your
you.
Instagram.
Don't forget about Poland.
Okay, we won't. Bye.
Stay safe. See ya.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Thanks.
I love you.
That was awesome.
He's so kind. I like him. I like him very much. He's always willing to talk to people.
Yep.
Very down to earth.
Yes. Yes.
The questions.
Yeah, we learned a lot. We learned a lot today.
Yes. Brandon is an amazing person, super nice guy. I met him twice this year and talked to him. Let's see, we were having clubs introduce themselves. Is there any other clubs that want to introduce their clubs right now?
Well, since I had audio problems, I could finish.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, finally back on for good. Yeah, the group started in July of 19, and we started out, I think, with about 4 people, and it just rapidly expanded when the word got out somehow, and now it's up to over 7,000. So, and it just continues to grow. I approved 2 more this morning already. So yeah, it's a big group, and we just promote a lot, and we all have videos from the past, and we've just shared everything that we have out there. So yeah, it's amazing how many people are on board.
Okay, is there any other clubs that want to mention their clubs and tell us about their clubs? Well, since we're listening to the Christmas music, what do y'all think about the EP that dropped yesterday?
Brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely superb. I think I can't choose which would be my favorite song. I think it would have to be between Zat You Santa Claus and Hark the Herald Angels Sing. I think it'll change. I love them all. I love all the new songs. Yeah.
Very cool that again, all these great musicians involved. That was a surprise, a big surprise. I don't know how he was able to connect and pull that off, but Joe Bonamassa, I've seen him in concert, and he's just to get him involved in one song was terrific.
Andrea is saying she loves That You Santa Claus and Blue Christmas. I love Blue Christmas as well. Yeah, they're all fantastic.
Blue Christmas was fantastic.
Hi, Gail.
In celebration for the album, I have all my Christmas stuff all on.
That's pretty. It looks pretty.
Very early.
Yeah,
Amazing
I like it. It looks
collection.
pretty.
I think
Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
I'm still loving. I don't know. I'm guessing a couple of others here would agree with me. I'm still loving "Light of the World" from last year's CD. Is also just beautiful. I love how Mark goes from low vocals to such high vocals in one go. It's just a beautiful arrangement and everything. Love that song as well. What about you, Norma? What's your favourite songs on the new album?
I don't know. It keeps changing. I know. At first I'll say I like one of the songs and then it'll change to a different one. I don't remember. I listened to it all day yesterday.
Yep. Yeah, I had to listen to it on the way to. I'm doing clinical placement at the moment, and I listened to it on the way in the car, and I was just like, "Oh my gosh!" I wanted to keep it going, but I had to, damn it! I had to go to work, and then when I come back from work, I put it straight back on my Spotify again and listen to it all the way home.
Yeah. I think I like "What Are You Doing New Year's Eve." I think that's the one that I like.
Yeah.
Yes. Where will you be this New Year's Eve? I love that one.
That and That You Santa Claus. That one was good too.
It's like an addiction, isn't it?
Yes.
Total addiction. Once you hear Mark's voice, that's it.
Yeah.
Anybody have any other special thoughts they'd like, or from when they've met Mark? Any other special memories they've got when they've seen him in concert? Anything like that? Whoa, what have we got here? Caro's holding up a stunning looking photo there. Wow. Yeah. Hold that up again, Caro. Hold it up again. Oh, there we go.
Ooh, nice.
Oh.
And I have another one. That was my second concert.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. I was right in
How lucky are some people?
Wait.
Wow.
This is my friend Corinne and I.
You lucky devil, you.
That was last September. That was last September.
Yeah. Not as lucky as the ones that have been there like 7 times, or I don't know how many times they've seen him.
I never have been to his concert, so I feel sad for myself. The last time they planned to Jakarta, but the promoter failed the sold out, sold the ticket out, so they canceled us. So
that's not nice. That's sad.
Yeah.
That's sad. It's sad.
But people in the UK is also waiting for them. So.
And Brazil.
Oh, no. Well, he's going to Brazil next year, isn't he?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
About Brazil, I have my tickets bought like 2 years ago. I got them.
Oh my God.
Wow.
Yeah, they're like golden tickets because it's been quite a while waiting, and it's a lot of expectation. And it was supposed to be it was supposed to be in May 2020. Then it was postponed for April this year, and now it's gonna be in May 2022. So That's.
I hope he gets to go.
Time goes fast.
It does.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it's a
He
big
has a lot of
expectation.
fans in Brazil.
Yeah, I haven't been to any of his concerts yet. My friends and I. So we just
he's great.
keep
Amazing
checking
live.
the time go.
Yeah.
Well, when you go to his concerts, they are absolutely amazing. And, and sometimes you can catch the band members before or after the concert. At Woodstock, I was able to talk to Brandon and Tristan, and as well as Mark and Josh. So that was an amazing experience for me that I will never forget.
That's
and
wonderful.
Just a bunch of great guys. Just absolutely fantastic.
I just noticed here too that Marcin, our Poland administrator, has his birthday the same day as Mark. Is that correct? The 16th. Happy birthday to the 16th, Marcin.
Yeah, 16.
Loving all your pictures, Rick.
Many.
Oh yes.
Congratulations.
That's a really good photo, isn't it?
Yep.
Love that one, Rick.
I can't see Rick. Where is he?
Behind the photo?
Yeah, behind
the photo. No, I can't. I don't see him in the.
Well, I think we should be wrapping up soon. So why don't we all shout out our birthday wishes? If you have, happy birthday sign for Mark. We're going to, just wish Mark a happy birthday and take some photos, screenshots.
Or shall we just say a big happy birthday for Mark for the 16th and happy anniversary for the 20th?
Yep.
Yes.
With the lovely Crystal.
Yep.
May they have many, many, many more happy years together and many more anniversaries and birthdays and
a bunch of little Marks.
But, yes. Yes. We'd love that. They hardly have time, so.
Happy birthday!
Okay, on the count of three. On the count of three, everybody say happy birthday, Mark.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Happy
birthday,
Mark!
Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz cumpleaños.
Feliz aniversario.
Selamat ulang tahun. Benito.
Keep rolling your arms.
And now on the count of three, happy anniversary, Mark and Crystal. 1, 2, 3. Happy
anniversary, Mark and
Crystal.
Well, thank you for joining us this year. We are hoping to do this again next year around the same time, and hopefully get another band member to spend time with us like we had Brandon spend time with us today, which was absolutely amazing. And I'm sure Mark appreciates all the fans and the love of his music, because we all know that we love him and the band.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Love you guys.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
How do you close this? Oh, okay.
Leave me.
Just leave.
I must leave.
Bye.
Bye.